guys, how's it going? I'm the Timmeister and welcome back to Dunswell in this very special episode. So with the recent release of the new Financial Districts DLC, I figured I would jump on the game as soon as possible and start to play around with it. So this is why episode 43 is being released before episode 42. So I was midway through the zoo and I figured, you know what, the zoo can wait. So that's why I kind of skipped ahead, made this episode, and then we're going to continue the zoo and the liberal arts college at a later time. Probably in the next episode. But anyways, I figured that this would be a good time to commence my downtown revitalization project that I've been planning for quite some time at this point, especially with the release of the Skyscrapers Content Creator Pack, as you're seeing on your screen right now. So it's basically just a huge assortment of a bunch of real-life inspired skyscrapers. And what's cool about this pack is they actually provide multiple heights of the same building. So if you don't want these crazy, New York or Shanghai skyscrapers, you don't have to, because there's 2 or 3 different copies of each skyscraper at different heights. So it makes it nice and convenient. So as you can see, on the outskirts of town, I've placed an assortment of these skyscrapers that I thought would be most fitting in the city. So I'm basically just picking and choosing the right ones and plopping them down in the city. So these buildings don't do much. They basically act as unique buildings. They create jobs. They create visitors. They just draw, some extra tourists to the city. So no specializations or anything like that. But the best thing that I find is they look cool, and they're not like these huge mega structures like some of the original unique buildings were in the game, without any DLC or anything like that. Those buildings. So anyways, I thought that this would be a good time to sort of revitalize downtown. Make a really nice skyline out of the city. And to do this, what I was being mindful of is I wanted to create a nice mixture of super tall, custom skyscrapers mixed in between all of the growable buildings. So that was a little bit of a challenge because of the size difference. Of course, with the growable buildings, you're limited to a 4x4 square at the very most. And some of these buildings are a lot larger than that. So, to plop everything down and make everything look good was still a little bit of a challenge. But overall, you'll see at the very end of this episode that I think I did pretty well. I didn't want to showcase the whole process of doing this because it still took me a couple of hours. But nonetheless, I'll show you guys in some cool cinematics at the end of this episode, so make sure you stay tuned. So we're going to do this for a little bit. Part of this episode will be doing what I'm doing right now, just plopping a bunch of buildings and detailing very slightly. And a little later, we'll get into the new financial districts. And not only that, and included with the Financial District DLC, you actually get a stock exchange, which is kind of like a mini DLC in itself. So I'm going to be playing around with that this episode, hence why this episode is so long. Another thing I want to talk about too is I have a project at some point that I want to get into. So you're seeing me plop down some content creator pack trees. I'd like to replace most of the vanilla trees in town with these CCP trees, just because I think they look cool and it would make the city look even more realistic. Okay, now I have placed down pretty much all the buildings I wanted to place, and as you can see, our downtown skyline has been completely transformed, and I am loving this. All of the vanilla-ish looking buildings have been replaced, and I feel like this downtown is way more realistic and looks far better. Look at that. And then if we zoom out, look at the city. It's looking so much more realistic. It's crazy. So this is just, I guess, phase 1 of the city revitalization project, because eventually I want to get over to Brightwood and I want to reconstruct this whole area. So I was kind of looking back on this city, and as I stated in the very beginning of this series, this entire city is based off of Vancouver, Seattle, the whole Pacific Northwest area. I mean, obviously, the map is shaped identically to Vancouver with, you know, some touches from maybe like the Olympia Peninsula, you know, with these big mountains and stuff. Anyway, it's a very Pacific Northwest kind of vibe that we're going for here. And not far from Vancouver is the city of Westminster. And it's kind of like connected to Vancouver. And this sort of neighborhood reminds me of that. It looks exactly like it. I'm talking about the road layout. Now, what I would want to do with this specific place is to revitalize this entire little peninsula or whatever you want to call it here. And to do that, I'm going to have to destroy a lot of neighborhoods. I'm going to reconfigure a lot of things. This is going to be phase 2 of the city's revitalization. A lot of the other buildings that we haven't plopped down yet, not any tall buildings. I want to keep this skyline very short to not overpower the actual downtown. But some of these shorter buildings are going to be plopped down here. I'm planning like a whole highway extension here leading into downtown Brightwood, hopefully to finally alleviate some of this traffic. But that's going to come down a little later in the series. So what I want to work on now is I want to get into the financial districts. So I'm a little late to the party at this point. I realize, you know, it's been a few days now since the DLC has been released. But nonetheless, I'm super excited to get into this DLC and see what it's all about. Now, one of the lingering issues of the city is noise pollution in this area. And that is directly caused... where is the noise there? This is directly caused by this stadium here. I mean, among other things, but the stadium is like, you know, the biggest cause for all the noise pollution, because all of the homes that are around this stadium are complaining of noise pollution and have been for years at this point. So this is why I'm gonna cut out part of the central business district and repurpose this for our financial district. Now, it's gonna be a pretty small district. It's just gonna be like this square here specifically. The next contender for the business or the financial district would have been over here, but things seem to be honky-dory over here as far as noise pollution, and I would rather keep this district, you know, kind of looking as it is right now. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna pause the game because I don't want stuff to happen right off the bat. I am going to get rid of this neighborhood. Now, what's unfortunate is I think some of like the buildings that I would like to keep in this district are going to disappear. But that's just the cost of expanding into a new DLC. One thing that I could maybe try though, well, okay, I already marked this building as make historical. Maybe if this building is historical, it won't get repurposed. I don't know. But anyway, let's do this. So I'm going to create a brand new district. It's quite small, but it will be quite mighty once it's all developed. All right, so Willow Heights. I'm going to rename this to the Financial District. And we're going to keep that vanilla, I guess. But when we go into our commercial zones, oh, here it is. Financial office buildings. Bloop. There we go. And then let's hit play. Let's see what happens here. Buildings are going to start to disappear very quickly. Oh, okay, I guess the make historical didn't have an impact at all. Alright, now, what I'm gonna have to do is destroy these residential buildings and convert them into offices. Save is over here. Over here as well. So noise complaints will be a thing of the past in this neighborhood. And look at that, we already have some financial district buildings sprawling up. Now, I'm gonna go into, wait a minute. Yeah, if I go into my unique buildings, we can place down a stock exchange. Now, this is quite a large building, and it would take up way too much room over in this part of town. So I'm just gonna go over here and find a place to plop down this building. Oh, and I think this would probably be a suitable spot. Oh. Let's try that out. I just put a ton of people out of work, ironically, with this being a stock exchange. But look at that, it fits perfectly well over here. I'm loving this block right here. Like, these two buildings. It looks exactly like the World Trade Center in New York, or what once was. But, yeah, I mean, this is looking pretty cool. Alright, so let's get into it. So, if I check my stock market, my stock exchange, rather, we are currently sitting at level 1, and we get a 2% tax bonus, and investments gained until next level. So we have to basically get $50,000 in capital gains in order to get to the level 2 stock exchange. So let's go into our investments economy window right now, and the way you want to do your investments, I mean, it's a very dumbed down version of the stock market in real life. So the basic principle you need to focus on is to buy low, sell high. I mean, that's pretty much how the approach you want to take the real life stock market. But I mean, this is just a very simple version of that. So let's try to make $50,000. So we have 2.2 million in the bank right now. You know, I think we're sitting at a pretty healthy capital right now. So let's just see. We want to go through our services here, and we want to take we want to make an investment in something, in a stock that's performing very low. Oh wow, look at this. They actually have crypto. That's funny. Okay, so let's go here. So we don't want to invest in Chirp Air, obviously, because it's trending very high right now, so we're most likely going to lose money. So let's just go through our list of stocks here. Oh, actually, the greasy gasoline seems to be uptrending right now. So I'm going to buy... here, let's go all in. Let's do 1 million worth. All right. So now let's track this, see what it's going to do. So right off the bat, we made almost 18,000. And I mean, oh, 25,000. Okay, we're doing all right. We're already halfway to our goal. Let's see what it's going to do. Is it going to go down? Oh, wow. Okay. I'm selling this. 64,000. Look at that. Okay, so just like that, we reached our level 2. So let's go ahead and upgrade. Oh, what do we have here? We unlocked a bronze cow, a bronze panda, and a small bank. Okay, well, we're off to a good start. Let's just keep things going here. Let's plop down our small bank. Let's see what this is about. So what does this do? What does a small bank do? Small bank for the financial needs of a small commercial area. Comes with a small fleet of cash transport vehicles that collect money and reduce the crime rate in commercial zone buildings. All right, so let's take our small bank. I don't think it needs to be in our financial zone per se. I think, yeah, we can definitely plop it anywhere. Let's plop it not in downtown, just because this is a very small building. Why not like right here, right along Main Street, and there we have it, a city bank. And if we click on this, cash collected last week, cash vans. Oh yeah, look at the cash vans. Look at that. Ha! That's pretty cool. All right. So let's go back into our stock market and let's see what we can do. And oh, look at this. Our building has changed. That actually looks really cool. Level 2. And so for every level that you progress, your stock exchange sort of grows a few floors. So let's go into our investments once again. And you basically just want to repeat this process. And it's sort of a game of luck. Oh, wow. Generic industry has crashed all the way down here. Let's invest in this. Oh, we bought the maximum amount of shares for only $400,000. And right off the bat, we made 8K. Chances are this stock is going to go up. Look at that. Boom, 40,000. And I think I'm sitting at a pretty comfortable spot here, so I'm going to sell. And how much do we need anyway? Okay, we need to get up to 250K to get to level 3. So let's see, let's try our luck here. Oh, forest industry. Let's go all in. Let's do like almost 1.5 mil. Boom, look at that. Wow. Okay, I think I'm going to sell right away. Doesn't get much better than that. Did we already reach? Nope, not quite. $50,000 to go. Oh, wow. Ore industry is doing quite poorly right now. Screw it. Let's go all in. Almost 2 million. I think we should be able to hit our 50K quite rapidly. Oh, okay. 5,000, a little blip. And remember, even if you're losing money on the stock market, you haven't actually lost any money until you sell the stock. Okay, so if you make a mistake at one point and your stock crashes and you lose 500,000, just give it a little bit of time and it's probably going to bounce back at one point. So just don't sell because then your money is long gone. But see, like in this case here, it dropped a little bit after we bought in. It was just going up a little bit. And you know what? Actually, oh, wow. Okay, I was about to sell and I'm glad I didn't because we just made a crap ton of money. So I'm going to sell at this point, 140K in profit. And just like that, look at that. Let's upgrade to level 3. Your stock exchange reached level 3. So we got a large bank and an elevated plaza. Look at that. And not only that, our stock exchange has gained another set of floors. Okay, so let's take a minute at this point to place down the new buildings that we just unlocked. So we unlocked the large bank, and this is kind of a special building, and I'll show you why. So I'm gonna go over to my financial area, I think, because I don't know. So it's looking very nice. I love these buildings, but the density at which they're sprawling up is a little too much for me. A lot of the same buildings are one next to each other. So I think what I'll do is take a bank and plop it down. Let's see. Oh yeah, right here. Perfect. Boom. So we just got rid of a couple of identical buildings, and I'm gonna fix this up at 1.2. Like if I find that there's way too many identical buildings, I'll just like delete one of them every, you know, couple of blocks and just replace these office buildings with commercial probably. Because we don't want to have residential here because they'll complain of noise. Okay, so I placed down my bank. It's kind of hard to see because it's nestled between these skyscrapers, but if I click on it, I can choose between 3 variations. So I kind of like this one, number 3, but I'm just going to change it to level 2 just to show you, and then level 1. So as you can see, just the top portion of the building switches, but that's a pretty cool feature because you can plop down 3 of these banks, for example, and not have them be identical at all. So that's great. And oh my god, look at that. It's already collecting a whole crap load of money. 384,000. So we're doing good. All right, so let's jump back into our stock exchange. Let's see how far we can make it. Let's go all the way to level 5. Why not? Okay, so this stock isn't doing very good. Oh, I can only invest up to 400. Oh, and it looks like I may have lost out on this one, so no big deal. Let's just go down the list. Oh! One way you can kind of cheat the market too is you can pause the game. So if you see that a stock is at a good price, I would suggest pausing the game real quick just to make sure that the price doesn't suddenly skyrocket, because it's happened to me before where I hit the buy button right when it ticks up a whole bunch of points and then I lost out on some money. So it's just a little tip that you can follow just as a safety precaution, which I am not following right now, but I'm going to do 2.5 million in Greasy Gasoline Incorporated. Let's see where this goes. Oh, that's not good. Lost 100K just like that. But look, this is what I was telling you guys about. Don't fret, because look, I just bounced back. I made 30,000. So it's not a huge deal. And always, so I guess one piece of advice I would offer as well is don't invest more than what you're willing to lose. So at this point, I'm making, 20 to 30,000 weekly, and I have, I guess 500,000 isn't very much to have in the bank for a city this size, but at least if I lost all my money, I wouldn't worry too much because I have a net positive cash flow, so I can bounce back fairly quickly. But wow, this investment's giving me a run for my money. Look at that. I don't know what it's gonna do. I think I'm gonna sell. There. It was going a little too wild for me. All right, so what do we need anyway? We need to get to 750,000. We're slightly more than halfway. Oh, let's do this death care. Oh, I can only do 436,000. That's fine. We can invest in multiple things at once. We don't necessarily have to go all in one stock. Okay. There we go. Healthcare. And see, just like that, I think I'm going to sell this one as is. And healthcare service funds seem to be going down. It's trending downwards for sure. You know what? I think I'm just going to sell. I wasn't going to make a lot of money on that investment anyways, just because I could only invest up to like less than 500,000. So if you really want to make money, oh, I think, where'd it go? Oh yeah, look at that. We can invest in crypto now. If you really want to make money, you have to invest large sums of money. So like now I have 3.3 million, whereas when I started this, I only had like 2 point something. So I can invest 1.5 million, for example. And look at this. The stock market only has to go up like, I don't know, 10, 15% or whatever. And look at that. Boom, an easy 100K. So at this point, we're sitting comfortably at 542,000 in capital gains. Let's see. I could do crypto, but it seems to be a little all over the place, as it is in real life most of the time. Okay, so we're level 3 right now. We're going to level 4. And every level that you increase, you get a tax bonus. 62,000, look at that. Boop. All right, upgrading to level 4. So with the level 4 stock exchange, we unlock a underground garden plaza and a skyscraper bank. All right, and in order to reach level 5 now, we need to reach 1.5 million in capital gains. So I think what I'll do now is I'm just gonna chance it. I'm gonna pause the game for a second, and let's do this. So let's max out. Let's invest in crypto. let's just see if we can like passively make some money here without staring at the chart all the time. So how much money do I have left? 2 million. I don't want to invest everything, but let's do 1.5 million. Okay, so we have 2 stocks here. I'm gonna let them do whatever they do, and let's unpause the game and go plop down our new buildings. So we unlocked a skyscraper bank. Okay, so I've done a little bit of work off camera, I'll be honest, and I kind of plotted out how the city's going to develop, and I think I'm going to place down the skyscraper bank over here in Brightwood. Where specifically, I don't know, but I think I'm just going to place it down right here temporarily. Now I know it kind of looks out of place, you know, it just towers over everything else and it seems like a random skyscraper in the middle of nowhere, but this is all gonna come together. All right, so don't worry too much about that. And the next thing I'll do is actually hang on, if I go back into, oh wait a minute, oh yeah, in order for the parks that we unlock in this DLC are located here in your unique building. So in the last level we unlocked the bronze cow and the bronze panda, an elevated plaza, and then just now we unlocked a underground garden plaza, which, oh my god, this is huge. I forgot how big this is. Oh geez, where am I ever gonna fit this? Oof. I don't think I'm going to fit it anywhere. I might have no choice but to place it over in Brightwood, but it looks like it won't fit there either. What about the elevated plaza? Yeah, this is much more reasonable. Let's see where we can fit our elevated plaza. Maybe I'll place it over here next to the stadium. There. Whatever buildings were there weren't too important anyways. Okay, let's go check on our finances. How are we doing? Are we making money? Yeah, we're making a little bit of money. 50k, sure. And 60k, probably. Oh, wow. All right, well, that was a great investment. Look at that. I think I lucked out on that one for sure. So now we're sitting at a comfortable almost $1 million in capital gains, guys. We're doing crazy good. Chirp Air isn't doing too great right now. Let's invest 2 million. And then what else? Ore industry? Yeah, sure. It looks like it's bouncing back. Let's do 1 million. Oh wow, Chirp Air. Oh no, I missed out. Oh, I would have made over 100k. Do I let it bounce back? Do I wait it out? What do I do? I'm gonna wait it out a little bit. See if we can get it over. Oh, 99k. I'm comfortable with that. We do that 4 more times, and we max out our stock exchange. 1 more investment, and we'll see. Greasy gasoline. Here, let's do 3 million. Oh. Boom. All right, there we go. You can upgrade for 120,000. Upgrade it to level 5. Now, our stock exchange is fully upgraded, which gives us access to an international trade building. All right, so let's check out what this does. International trade building. The center of finance and international trading for any city that has made its way to the top of the financial world. Financial district office paid higher taxes when built close to an international trade building. And as you can see, this building has a radius around it. So let's go ahead and pick a spot for this building. And this building actually looks really cool. It fits very well into the skyline of this city. So I think... Where did I end up plopping this the last time? I think it was like right here. But I kind of like... I like this corner. You know, it's like medium-sized shops. Kind of pains me to destroy it, although I might do this corner. This corner seems a little less desirable. Okay, but oh no, it doesn't even fit. Shoot. All right, well, here's the solution. I'm gonna move this elevated plaza, which happens to fit perfectly in this corner. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna move it across the street. Okay, and then I am going to place down this very tall building right here. And look at that, guys. Doesn't that fit so well into the skyline? That is epic. Okay, now let's check on our stock exchange. So we reach level 5, we get a 6% tax bonus, blah, blah, blah. So there's no more upgrading this building. This is as far as it goes. However, if you're in need for a quick buck, you can continue to play the stock market here. So you don't have to, you know, take any predatory loans anymore with like 15% interest and that kind of thing. You can just try your luck on the stock market. So this is pretty much where we're at. Now, one thing that kind of bothers me, I love the way that the level 1 and the level 2 look for the stock exchange. For this city at least, I'm not sure, you know, our level 5 stock exchange fits in this location very well into the skyline. I don't know, it kind of looks out of place in my opinion. Now I have two options. I can actually destroy this building and keep all the benefits. The only thing is, I wouldn't get the 6% tax bonus. I would get like the 2% tax bonus or whatever it was at level 1. So my options are I can either move this building or destroy it and then place down the level 1 again, which I think looked really great in this area. I'm going to let you guys choose actually what option I should do. Do you like the stock exchange where it is? You know, it kind of how it fits into the skyline? Or do you think I should destroy it and plop it again as a level 1? So basically like just this part remains. Even the level 2 looked all right, I think. You know, it wasn't super tall. Let me know, guys, what I should do with this building. So I'm going to leave it where it is for now, and I'm going to reap in the rewards, and we'll go from there. So I guess that concludes our dive into the stock market, or into the Financial Districts DLC. However, I feel like I want to place down a bronze cow. Now these plazas are super tiny. You can pretty much fit them anywhere. So I'm going to place this one here. And I have a bronze panda as well that I can place down. So I'm going to place that here. And I'll just move this gazebo over a little bit. There. That looks marvelous. I'll say one thing I want to do too, guys. So I want to not get rid of all the vanilla trees, but if you notice when I was doing my fast sort of time-lapse mode, I placed down some of the content creator packs trees here, and I would like to convert the whole city into using these trees as much as possible. So I'm gonna, like, as part of the downtown revitalization project, I want to reline and redesign all of these streets, because we have so many new types of roads with bus lanes and whatnot. You know, I can easily just convert a lot of these roads to make the city more efficient, and it'll look nicer and those kind of things. So we'll get into that at some point. Okay, so the underground garden plaza is a bit too large for downtown. I think I'm gonna see if I can place it maybe in like another part of the city as we expand, but there's no way I'm gonna get this to fit here. But that's not a huge problem. So yeah, at this point, there's nothing stopping me from placing banks all over the city. Honestly, a skyscraper bank would probably look decent over in this corner of the city. Maybe getting rid of some of these identical buildings. I don't want to delete all of these though, because I kind of like this one. Looks pretty cool. And it's more of like, see these ones that are kind of bothersome. Here, whatever buildings I just demolished, I'm going to convert them into commercial zones. And, oh, screw it. Where was this? Here. Yeah, that looks a lot better. And then I will unzone this. And I think I won't zone anything here. It'll just be a part of a park. So this as well. This will kind of be... I'll get back to this at a later date. I'll detail this whole little area here. But guys, that is going to be it for this episode. However, there's one more thing I want to do. As part of the downtown revitalization project, I want to head over here to Hemlock Heights. And there's one DLC that I've never actually touched before. And that is the Green Cities DLC that came out quite a while ago at this point. So I'm just going to apply it to this specific neighborhood. So if you look here, this is... The idea behind this neighborhood is it's kind of like a luxurious, you know, all like super expensive condos right by the water. Some of these skyscrapers, I don't know. I'm not really liking the look of this neighborhood. You know, like this skyscraper is nice and a couple of other ones. But overall, it doesn't really have anything special to it. So to make it feel a little bit more like luxurious and I guess like high land value, I'm gonna apply high-tech housing policy, and I'm gonna go into my zones, residential zones, and I'm going to apply the self-sufficient buildings zone, or like whatever you want to call it. What would this be called anyway? Specializations, yeah. So I'm gonna apply the self-sufficient specialization over here. So all these buildings are going to get demolished, even all the houses in this area, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's fine. Oh yeah, and there's another policy I wanted to enact here, which is oh no, actually hang on, that was a commercial specialization, which is organic and local produce. So I'm going to apply that to this neighborhood specifically. So now all of the commercial buildings that are going to sprawl up in this location, they'll be self-sufficient. So all of like the residents will just consume the products that are within the zone. And then we lost power over here, so I'm just going to fix that real quick before we suffer abandonment issues. And then at this point, it's basically a waiting game, just to wait for this area to develop. Unfortunately, right now, we don't have much of a residential demand, so it's going to take time for this area to upgrade. But we'll check on it in another few years, and it should be fine. So guys, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to let me know what I should do with the stock exchange, if we should just move it or destroy it and plop it again as a level 1. Just drop a comment down below. So with all that being said and done, guys, enjoy these final cinematics of our new Skyline, and let me know down in the comments what you think of the new Skyline. Is it an improvement on the last one, or on the last version of the city, or did you like the old version better? Let me know down below in the comments, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So that's it for me today, and until the next episode, guys, please take care.